Did science just confirm Islam again? Did you know in 2023, Dr. Michael F. Pico from the globally recognized Mayo Clinic, he said that there's a scientifically correct way to drink water. So there's 3 key practices, right? Sitting down, sipping slowly, and avoid blowing into your drink. These 3 practices optimize digestion, enhance hydration, and prevent contamination, which is widely accepted and the healthiest way to drink water. But guess what? Prophet Muhammad taught us these exact rules over 1400 years ago. Do not drink while standing. Do not drink in 1 gulp, but drink in 2 or 3 sips. And do not breathe or blow into your vessel. How did he know the best and most healthiest way of doing something as simple as drinking water? What do you guys think?
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are confronted with the blonde bomber and her wisdom about Islam and Prophet Muhammad. On this one, this one is really good. She talks about how Prophet Muhammad talked about you should drink your water while you're sitting down. You shouldn't gulp your water. You should take a couple sips, right? And you shouldn't blow into it. Because it supposedly aids digestion, aids in hydration, and I guess it avoids contamination. I don't know, man. Is she hanging around Chernobyl? Because none of this stuff has anything to do with contamination. If your water is contaminated, you can do whatever you want. It's still contaminated. But let's go to my 2 favorite people, Grog and ChatGPT. Since Lily has her own personal ChatGPT that's been programmed to give you bullshit answers. But let's see. Let's start off, I believe, with Grog. And I said, removing all Islamic and scholarly bias, is there any medical evidence that drinking water standing is worse than while sitting down? No medical evidence conclusively shows that drinking water while standing is worse than sitting. Some studies suggest standing might affect digestion or gastric emptying slightly due to the posture influencing the esophageal and stomach mobility, but results are inconsistent, not clinically significant, right? Factors like hydration status, water temperature, or volume matter more than posture. No robust, peer-reviewed data supports claims of harm from standing while drinking. So then I said, so statistically, there is no advantage to either. Statistically, hey man, see, this is how you know that I don't edit my videos. My bloopers are on there. Statistically, there's no significant advantage to drinking water while sitting versus standing. Studies show negligible differences in digestion or hydration outcomes based on your posture, with no consistent evidence favoring one over the other. Right? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, all right. Let's go to chat, because we already did the 360 joints. So let's go to chat and see what chat says. Basically the same question. And what does chat say? There is no credible medical evidence that drinking water while standing is inherently harmful or worse than drinking while sitting when examined without religious, cultural, scholarly bias. Here's what the science-based medicine says. Hydration and absorption, because remember, she said that drinking sitting down, not gulping your water, and not blowing into your water help with digestion. Well, what does science say? Hydration and absorption. Your body absorbs water similarly whether you're standing or sitting. The stomach and intestines handle water absorption based on the physiological process, not body posture. So it doesn't care if you're sitting, standing, on your head, laying down, it's still going to deal with it the same way. Anecdotal claims is not evidence-based. Some traditional or cultural claims, especially in the Indian medicine and of course Islamic circles, suggest drinking while standing might shock the body and cause issues like indigestion or kidney stress. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have been drinking standing up. I have been drinking sitting down. Hell, I've even been caught drinking laying down, And no differences. I hate when freaking other stuff pops up. All right. However, these are not supported by peer-reviewed scientific studies. You got to go to peer-reviewed, man. That's where the pudding is at. Potential exceptions for swallowing disorders. I'm not really going to go about that because it didn't say anything about swallowing disorders. Biomechanics and reflux, very weak evidence. What's the conclusion? For healthy individuals, there is no medical advantage to drinking water while standing. If you're comfortable and not chugging too fast, you can hydrate in any posture. See, I told you, you can even do it standing upside down. Might be a little bit harder. I'm not even going to go to that. Okay, so I said sitting and standing upright, put the upper torso in the same position. Exactly, you're right. Both sitting upright and standing upright position the upper torso similarly in terms of the esophagus alignment, the diaphragm function, and gravity assist flow. From a physiological standpoint, the esophagus remains in a vertical orientation. Gravity aids the downward movement of the water in both postures. The stomach receives and processes the water in the same way in either case. There's no anatomical or functional differences in digestion or absorption between sitting down or standing up. Right, now if you're slouching over, that's a different story, you know. All right, in short, there's no medical basis for claiming that sitting is better than standing for drinking water in terms of posture alone. So I said, let's break it down. Islamic teachings. Many Muslims cite hadith saying the Prophet Muhammad advised drinking water while sitting. Example, Sahih Muslim, it is reported that the Prophet Muhammad discouraged drinking while standing and that he mostly drank sitting down. However, some hadiths show exceptions, such as the Prophet drinking standing at the Zamzam. Scholars have debated whether this is a strict rule or merely advice for etiquette and modesty. Now, I don't know what drinking sitting down has to do with modesty. Over time, the religious guidance has been amplified into health-related claims such as drinking water while standing harms the kidneys or joints. These are post hoc rationalizations not backed by medical evidence. Right? The Indian tradition claims reasons to allow better absorption. Again, not backed up by any scientific evidence. Again, these reflect cultural wisdom, but lack controlled medical validation. Why these become health rules? Religious teaching, traditional medicine, dumb blondes like Lily. What can I say? Summary. The claim that standing while drinking is harmful originates from religious etiquettes, Islam, and traditional health systems. The Ayurveda. These were likely meant for discipline, ritual, and calmness, not physical harm prevention. Modern claims about joint damage, kidney issues, or poor digestion from standing do not come from scientific research. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop right here. And I got to get busy on another video from the blonde bimbo.